Okay, I got another 2 over 3 episode. I've got Ugo with me. We've got 3 images from the same photographer. Ugo hasn't seen them. I'm springing them on him, and we've got a 5-minute clock, a 4-minute bell to kind of tell us to get a wriggle on and wrap it up. Ugo hasn't seen them, and I'm going to reveal them to Ugo and start the clock now. Okay, Ugo, and we've got 3 images by Petra. PS70, I should say, or Petra from
Yes.
Germany. And what do you think of this first one? And this first one is 5.
Right. My first impression, this is the first time I've seen the image, obviously, is
beautiful.
Behind a blind. It is beautiful. Is she in a shower? Turkish bath? But just that sort of that blurred out image behind the glass or curtain
I spent some time looking at Petra's stream, and she's done quite a number of images behind this screen, which I think is interesting. But this one struck me in particular because it just looks so Greek. Is that the word? Roman?
Yeah, Roman. Some Turkish bath or Roman bath or something, with that sort of that wrap around her waist there. Mm-hmm. I really, you know what I like about this? I mean, it's got some interesting features. The shading's terrific. The blurred out image of her body, but it's those lines running down.
It's those lines running down, but it's got a very painterly quality. I also like the colour palette, and it's just a really pleasing image. I'm just looking down the bottom. That we can see that her feet are running right up against the edge of the frame, particularly that right leg. And I guess that creates a little bit of tension, but it also creates an anchoring, if you like,
point of interest.
But also that veil or the wrap that she's got around her, even though I'm looking through and it's partly obscured by the screening effect, we can pick up quite a bit of detail if we go hunting for it. Which
does have a very painterly quality, doesn't it? It does. The more you look at it,
but the light and it's just a beautiful image, and it isn't a painting because I just got a kind of quality. It's terrific. It's great. Also, I like the use of negative space out there to the right. I think that rule of thirds and all of that.
That's right. We've got a third of the images, the shading her body, and then the other two things.
It's a really neat image. Okay, let's go to the second one. And the second one, and this is a slightly different type of image from PS70. What do you think of this one? And this one's untitled.
Untitled. Well, and the first thing I noticed is the shadow on the wall there, and is not the shadow of this woman who's looking out towards the edge of the frame there, and it could represent, that shadow could represent her thoughts. It could represent.
Well, I guess it's the shadow. I looked at her first, and then the shadow, and she comes across as ambivalent, undecided about something. Looking at the way she's her legs are positioned and just her posture, facial features, little details like the way that she's, I guess, hanging on to her the hem of her skirt, particularly with the camera left hand, the way she's looking off into the distance, looking in thought, but looking also unsure, I guess. And then you've got the shadow, and you can see some sort of turmoil unfolding there in the background, and I think that represents her inner inner conflict or inner turmoil that she's going through.
I thought that that's beautifully conceptualized.
Well, I was going to say conceptually this is an interesting image. Although it's kind of got this aged look about it, I do like little details like the specular highlights on the tips of her toes, of her shoes. Just even the shade, the sort of shade created by her knees there. I do like the way she's holding onto her skirt, and the shadow play on her face as well, up along her neck. So it's a really interesting image. All right, and we'll go to the third one, and the third one is untitled also, and try to work out this one, Ugo.
This is, I mean, is it almost an abstract piece? I mean, I like the way that shadow of an arm is coming out from that top corner. Whether very
much in silhouette, isn't it?
It's all silhouette, and I don't know, that hand. I love the way the fingers are separated, pointing down, and they almost mirror the feet.
Ugo's going on with the technical compositional
because you're going to
elements.
ask me, what does it mean?
That's
now,
what's got me stuck.
Okay,
I mean,
well, maybe
I'm looking up and I'm sitting there going, well, because the wrist is kind of downward, it's almost hanging off the end of her arm there. Is she pointing at the other person?
Is
at
it the
legs?
same person?
Pointing at the legs, or is she, or is it hanging?
Mimicking the
I don't know. At first I thought it was a pointing gesture to the legs, but then I saw the wrist as being downward.
But look at those
hanging.
two fingers separated. They mirror the 2 feet.
They do, actually. I didn't notice that. Yeah.
That's. I think maybe that's. But they're being mirrored.
There's this kind of there's mixed messages I'm getting from this image, and I'm not sure what it means, but it's certainly got me engaged.
Isn't the background terrific though? Look at that. If your eye moves from the bottom of the image to there's that contrast in that bottom,
and then they've got
2/3
the horizon line, which
and
is
then
good.
up. This is a beautiful
I guess,
image.
and the shadow and the sheen of the floor of her 2 feet, which is good.
So
but I just look at this and what does it mean? And I haven't worked it out, but I'm enjoying.
It's for whatever it means. It's just a glorious, abstract image.
Let's go to the first one and try to score them. What are you going to give the first one?
Easy 5.
Yeah, 5 for me. I just really like this one. This is a great image. Yeah. Number the second one. What are you going to give the second one? Untitled again. This is the woman sitting on the seat.
Type of image you can continue to analyse and look at. 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 for me because it really does say a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Great image. All right, and the third one.
This is easily a 5. This is just it's a very abstract piece. There's some symmetry there, and the contrasts. Light and dark is just
Well,
mesmerising.
You're getting caught up in the technicals. I just trying to work out the meaning.
I need time
of it.
for me to work out.
This is a conceptual piece for me, and I just not sure
beautiful.
what the motif is, but
it's a glorious image.
It's interesting trying to work it out, isn't it? Okay, Petra or PS70 from I think Petra's from Germany.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing these 3 great images with us all on Flickr.